2022, or better put, 2022 sequel. No one likes sequels. The budget was nowhere. The casting was terrible. Who put who was in charge of casting for Twitter and put Elon at the head of it? That's a whole other thing. Hi, I'm Nutskis, and that was one way to start a video, I guess. I know it's the end of the year. Everyone starts doing their whole year wrap up videos and posts, and every single app out there has a wrapped year in review or something. But this year really was something that I've looked back on a lot, and I think I will going in all through next year. I'll still be thinking back to this year. This year is big. I had a lot of goals for this year. Some I didn't hit, some I did. I hit other goals I did not expect to. I didn't even know I had. I met a lot of great people. I had just a lot of great things happen. I also had the balancing end of that. I had a lot of terrible stuff happen. Stuff I'm still going through into the new year. But I went into, after 2021 was really a year of figuring myself out. I sat down with myself a lot. I just got out of a serious relationship, and I just kind of didn't know what was next. I didn't know where to go next. I sat with myself a lot, trying to figure out, who am I? What do I want to do? What is, maybe not an end goal, but what are some major points I want to hit? And as we came into 2022, I really started to figure that out a bit more. I knew what I wanted, how I wanted to get there. I know the kind of life I want to live, which sounds like very big, sounds like very big existential stuff, but it was not quite, to me anyways. But I set a goal for this year, of hitting 1,000 followers across the board on Twitter, on Twitch, and on TikTok. And in May, I wanted to raise $1,000 for St. Jude. First was St. Jude. We raised $1,000 in 3 days. We had a stretch goal of $1,700. We hit that the next day, and we ended the month at $3,500. We more than doubled what I had planned for. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can't let it show it, but I have, if you see on my other socials, I have a Play Live play button tattoo on my arm because of that. I dyed my hair red again because of it, and I got rewards from St. Jude and letters, thanking me and the community, which was awesome. Over the summer, I hit 1,000 followers on Twitter, which is really cool. That I expected. I've had Twitter since the dawn age of Twitter for 13 years now, going on 14. I think next month will be 14 years I've had Twitter. I can't believe we're at a point where social media apps like that have been around over a decade. That's crazy. God, I'm old. As for Twitch and TikTok, we didn't get there, which is totally fine. We just hit 600 on Twitch. They all start with T. I'm very confused. We hit 600 on Twitch just a few weeks ago. I've been in the 600s on TikTok for a few months. But that's awesome. I still had amazing growth on both platforms. I had 3 or 4, I guess, viral TikToks from Elden Ring that went crazy, which was really cool. I had some others that did a few thousand views. It was really cool to see. On YouTube, I jumped back into YouTube the latter half of this year, and that's almost to 100 subs. I think I'm 81 or 82, which is really cool. So next year, I think next year is going to be what I originally wanted this year to be. So I sat with myself last year figuring out what I was. God, am I human? Who I was, who I am, what I wanted. This year, I think I really solidified that. Kind of understood how to approach what I want to do. Making content, raising money for different things. I think I really started to figure out, okay, this is the route I want to take. These are the things I want to do. Whether I can do them now or later, I think this is a good roadmap for me. And I thought I would have that figured out really quick and just implement it and boom, boom, boom would be going. Kind of not taking my own advice. I tell people a lot, tracer break. Daddy. I didn't take my own advice. I tell people like this is a very slow thing. Like rarely do people just blow up overnight, you know? Or see insane growth within a year. I guess I took that as being confident in myself, but not realistically confident, if that makes sense. But I'm still not saying like next year is gonna be that, but I think I finally understand where I am, what I want, how to do it the correct way for me, and I think we'll see some pretty cool things happen. The first half of this year was honestly great. I was meeting a bunch of new people, St. Jude went great in May. I was so motivated and just like creative. I was putting out TikToks every day. I was up till 2 a.m. every day editing TikToks while working full time. Turning my computer off at 2:30 a.m., getting up at 7 a.m. to go sit in an office for 8 hours, come back, have like an hour and a half to myself before I streamed or recorded or edited more, or whatever I had planned that day. And I think I inadvertently really burned myself out without realizing it was burnout. In addition to just a bunch of life stuff happened. A lot of really rough life stuff happened. Still, like I said, still kind of going through it too. But within the past few weeks, I think I've starting to get in a place where I can balance both. And it's like, I have this shit going on I gotta deal with, and it's heavily affecting me in a negative way, but I can better manage it so it doesn't affect what I want to do and the positives I have in my life. And it's a very fine balancing act. But I mean, for a few months, it really affected me bad, and I didn't post on TikTok. I dropped YouTube like that. My streams weren't. I wasn't happy with my streams. I realized I don't want to be just a gaming streamer, right? I want to do more than just hop on and play a video game and expect people to like enjoy that, right? There's however many millions of people also doing the same thing. My whole life I've wanted to create things, and that's what I want to do. YouTube can handle, gaming, and we'll do some other stuff. We'll have gaming streams every now and then, but like I started a late night talk show, the Late Night Roast with Dunskies. Literally just a late night talk show like David Letterman, Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Kimmel, any of them. I bring on other creators and like interview them, talk about things they have going on, things coming up that they've done or have planned, We've done 3 so far. I've had Cordy Yusei, who's a good friend, Crispy Gameplay, is awesome creator, Twitch partner. It's really, really cool dude. I'm in his streams usually throughout the day, in the afternoon, just chilling. It's such a fun place to just relax. And most recently, I had Gerbigly, again, a full-time content creator, Twitch partner, someone I've been watching for 5 years, nearly 6 years, and I joined being a part of his mod team this year, which was wild for me. That's the first community I felt welcomed in, and like I was actually a part of from day one, and that community means a lot. So being able to be in that position where I can help give back to them a little bit meant the world, honestly. But it was really cool having him on, getting to introduce other people to him, talk about his voice acting work, his just being a creator for almost 10 years, Like with Crispy, we dove into his background of being a professional brewer before he started streaming. And we talked about, just the state of video games right now. It was really cool. With Corey and I, we talked about a game they're working on, a board game they're working on, and it's also the first time we've just been able to chat. So it kind of just turned into like getting to know each other a little bit more, which is really cool. I have a whole list of people I want to invite for next year. A list of people I'm going to invite. And then like a list of people I'd love to invite one day, but that's definitely later down the line. Those are people from way down the line. Once I grow a little more credibility to the show, maybe. I have that planned. We've done virtual paranormal investigation streams where we look at a supposedly haunted place. I gather up the evidence for all of us to look over, read into, and we kind of like determine at the end of it what we think. We've done just a bunch of different themed stuff. I read Christmas stories for Christmas. We shared Halloween stories on Halloween, using Guest Star on Twitch, brought people onto stream to share stuff. And that was a lot of fun, being able to do different things like that. As per usual, I've been rambling a lot, and I feel like I've kind of lost the point of what I'm trying to do here. But basically, for once the day I'm recording this, in exactly 2 months, I'll be 28. For the first time in all this life, I think I finally figured out, maybe not figured out, I feel confident in what I've chosen, in the path I've chosen. And as much as this year was an up and down in both extremes, I think even if, you can have a good year, but I mean, that doesn't mean there's not going to be pitfalls throughout. So I'm not saying next year's going to be perfect by any means, but I think next year has potential, I guess is what I want to say, which is really exciting. I've been questioning everything for so long. I know it's weird to say, honestly. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I know how cliche and everything it is to like, oh, it's the end of the year, it's almost New Year's. You look back at everything, but I think it's an important thing, really, to sit and reflect, look at what all you've been through, what all you've learned. And there's people like, oh, it's just New Year's doesn't matter, like a new year doesn't matter, it's just time's made up, it doesn't matter. Don't wait till this like benchmark thing we have to like, now I'm gonna make changes, which is something I'm like, yeah, don't, like, you can make a change at any time. I think it's easier when there's something like this, like a new year. It's easier, like, okay, day one, I can make this change. But I think it's important to just look back and reflect, which I've done so much throughout the year. And I sit like, okay, where was I a year ago today? A year ago this month? Where was I 2 years ago this month? And like, wow, I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through a lot. But that doesn't detract from all the insanely awesome things I've been through, all the positive things I've been through, the amazing people I've met, all the things I've learned. And that can be a hard thing to distinguish. Separating that, like, I mean, I guess it's kind of the glass half full type deal, right? Of like, yeah, I went through a lot of this awful stuff, but wow, look at all this other stuff that was good that happened and I gained. But it's also, you can be like, wow, all this cool stuff happened, but look all the, it's very hard to make that distinguishment. But I think once you can, even just a little bit, it makes it a lot easier to like keep moving forward. And there's a lot of people I've seen this year that have also, I mean, I feel like everyone's gone through, especially the last few months of this year, it's like August, like it seems like everybody has just gone through like really bad stuff. I don't know what was up with this year, but man, I watched a lot of friends and other creators, go through some really rough spots, but I've also seen all the progress they've made and like the cool stuff they've done, and the continuous advancements they've made, which is so awesome. It's so cool to see. I'm so proud of everyone I know that has pushed through this year and just done great things. And at our own paces too. It's in this creator realm, it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm falling behind because I'm not, blasting out 3 videos a day and 5 TikToks and 2 Instagram posts and tweeting at Elon for 12 hours. And, it's really important to really just take things at your own pace. And that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, again, I just rambled until I lost the point. That is my ADHD full blown. Because in addition to everything else this year, there's an Adderall shortage. And what did I start taking at the start of this year? Adderall. And I got really used to handling my symptoms and working on handling things better. And I was used to being able to just talk and think and everything. And then I just was not on it unexpectedly. And it's been like 2 months. And it's hitting me like a train. It's a wonder if I can keep a train of thought. That's why I was kind of putting off doing this video, because I was like, this is gonna be a mess. But I hope it makes sense in some aspect. I hope someone somewhere can glean anything from it. Whether I made a point or not, I, at the end of it, just wanted to share my experience. And I think that, to me, that's always helped me. Seeing other people have like update videos or these end of the year type things, and sharing their experiences. And I'm like, oh, okay, wow, I'm not alone in going through that. Or like, oh, okay, I'm feeling similar to that. This is what they've done. What can I learn from that to apply to myself? I do want to round this out by thanking everyone in the community who supported me anywhere, no matter how you supported me. We've raised $3,500 for St. Jude. We raised just about $2,000 for Riley's Children's Hospital. I got to be part of a Kansas City streamer group fundraising event where we all streamed in a esports facility together, raising money for 87 and running. We helped raise $175 of the $3,100 total, which was awesome. We blasted the goal. And a bunch of other, I'm gonna have them on screen because we did a lot this year, and that makes me so happy. The late night show, people seem to really enjoy. It's going really well. I have big plans for that. I just yesterday got big news that I did not plan on getting for another year or two, maybe. I can't share yet for another like a month and a half. Sucks. I'm terrible at holding things in. It eats away at me like no other. But I'm working on a big, speaking of which, I'm working on a big secret project that won't be released till March. It's another month after I'll be able to announce the news. Like, it's a lot. But I think next year's gonna be fun. This year was stressful, a lot of work. And when it comes to this stuff, if it's work, I enjoy it. I enjoy this being work, as it's fun, it's creative. I think, but it was a lot of me, planning and doing a lot of, I don't know, I guess putting the pressure on myself, like a manager standing over your desk, except it was me standing over myself. I think next year's gonna be just fun. I think a lot of cool things are gonna happen. I think we're gonna see a lot of growth around these parts. I don't know why I said that, like I was out of Tombstone. If you've been around for however long and watching this, thank you. If you are just stumbled upon this and made it this far, thank you, and feel free to join along for the ride, whatever it entails. I just hope it's a better year for all of us. I know that's a big ask nowadays. It seems like every year has its... I don't want to say every year gets worse and worse and worse, but man, collectively as a population, we go through it every year. Here's hoping we can have at least more ups next year. More good things happen on a large scale, on a personal scale. I have no idea when the next YouTube video will be, but I'm streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Central on Twitch. There in the description, there's a link to my Beacons page, all my socials, all the everything. I leave you all, and I leave 2022. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day and a great new year, everybody.